Warning, this show contains graphic images and content. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello, horror fans. So, Elijah Wood is in a new thriller/horror movie.
Our favorite video game is being turned into a movie.
And also a new segment of This Day in Horror History. Boners. Mm-hmm. A movie called Grand Piano. And of course I read this on fearnet.com.
Really?
Oh my gosh. Why haven't they fucking sponsored me yet? Or done anything? Just been like, hey, how's it going?
Because you're annoying!
No, that's you.
Oh, right.
Ah! Anyway, Grand Piano.
Tickle them ivories.
Grand Piano starring Elijah Wood. Looks amazing. It is about a pianist. Yeah, I said it.
A pianist
who suffers from stage fright, and when he sits down to play his comeback performance, he notices a death threat. It is actually written in his sheet music.
And he gets a little laser on his hands. No, don't shoot my hands!
So, it looks really interesting, actually. And I love the fact that we have Elijah Wood, who, especially after Maniac, I am even bigger a fan of now. John Cusack is also in it, and I've always liked him. And
oddly enough,
we also have actor, director, writer Alex Winter. You actually might know him better as Bill S. Preston, Esquire.
No way!
From, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. And if you're anyone like me, you actually watched his movie called, I think it was called Freaks. Very interesting.
Didn't see that one. Was it starring Freak from Hackers, spelled with P-H-R-E-A-K?
No, definitely not. But it actually had him in it, starring. I think he actually wrote and directed it. No. Winter
the
was
band?
In it. No, Alex Winter was in it.
Or the Powerpuff Girls enemy.
No. I love him, actually. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
I knew I could count on you, but how could I possibly beat them with all that surrounding them?
It's actually 80% real time, which is basically...
Just like Transformers 2.
Well, it's one of those things where real time actually means that, if you sit down and the whole movie is in real time, those 2 hours of that movie it's actual 2 hours. 24 actually did the same thing.
Yeah.
Every minute in their time was actually every minute in our time.
Minus the commercials.
Yeah.
Hold on, Jack Bauer. We need to cut to Geico.
And this is actually an ode to Hitchcock. It is actually a limited release on March 7th, which is basically past when we actually recorded this episode. And between March and April, I guess, is when they're doing an international release. So hopefully I'll actually be able to see this. I'm very excited for this one. And it's actually not mindless, which is something that I do like on occasion too.
Got your attention. Don't disappoint me, Tom.
The Last of Us video game that we've spoken about, I think this is the 4th time, is looking like it's going to turn into a movie.
Finally.
I'm actually pretty excited about this.
This is really exciting.
Basically, I believe we've said this almost every other time that we've talked about this video game, is that if you haven't played it, there's something wrong with you.
And you might want to turn this episode off now, because we're probably going to talk spoilers.
Yeah, there's going to definitely be spoilers. So if you haven't played it, or you haven't seen anybody or watched anybody play it, you're probably not going to want to hear what we're talking about. But anyway, I'll let you go ahead and chit-chat about it, since you are the video game nerd here.
Yeah. Well, we both really love this game, and we had high hopes for it, and it lived up to every expectation that we had. So here's hoping that the movie does as well. The movie and the game were both written by Neil Druckmann of Naughty Dog, and so far what we've heard from the movie is that the movie is going to be based on the game, not just loosely in the universe. It should be a real adaptation of the video game. So we're probably going to see Joel watching his daughter get murdered in front of him. We're probably going to see...
Which, by the way, that is... I don't really get upset, but that was very upsetting. That was a really, really sad cutscene.
It was a great way to set up the tone for the game, because
and the thing
it just doesn't get better.
Like, I knew that was coming, and I was still like, oh...
Yeah,
I don't know if I want to play this anymore.
Yeah, it's always good when a video game makes you cry within the first 5 minutes. Neil Druckmann said, it's an adaptation of the story of The Last of Us. As far as where we go and how we fit it into a film, how it takes into account the unique properties of the film, we're not sure yet. We're only just scratching the surface. And he said this at the BAFTA Awards, which happened just a couple nights ago.
And this quote was actually pulled off of ScreenRant.com.
Right, and this is such an early topic for this game because really they just announced that they're planning a movie. So we really don't know any details about who's going to play it or what the story is really going to be. But we're hoping for a couple of things. Like, I really want the winter sequence, which...
Oh, that's amazing, where we actually see Ellie as a badass.
Yeah, and how David nearly rapes her at the end.
Then, bringing up David, we were kind of looking up to see what the favorites of people for Ellie and Joel and all them. And David, one of the people that came up for David was Hugh Laurie.
Which, as soon as we saw this, both of us were like, we didn't even think about this, but they would be perfect for it.
I actually liked him and, Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe would be good as well.
He is ridiculous at being creepy.
Yeah.
And I love him. But
I've never seen Willem Dafoe with a beard or long hair, though, so I don't know how exactly he's going to look.
Yeah.
If that's him.
I don't know. But, you actually had a favorite.
For the role of Joel, I really want Dylan McDermott in it from American Horror Story and other things.
Yeah.
Which I don't know.
Well, some of the pictures that we saw with him right next to, like with him, like the little shaggy hair and then like his scruff, and then right next to Joel, like
side by side, they're nearly identical. It's awesome.
Ridiculous, actually. And
then for you really want Ellie to be
Chloe, I forget her last name.
Moretz.
Hit Girl, basically. Everyone knows Hit
Kick-Ass.
Girl. Yeah. I think that she... Oh, and Carrie, if you've actually watched the new Carrie.
Right.
We just had that discussion, too. But I think she would be awesome, especially for the winter scene.
Yes.
Showing that... Because she's already played a badass. Mm-hmm. She's played as someone that's been picked on. So she's already showed that she's actually a really good actress. To be honest, I don't know who my favorite is for Joel. Gerard Butler was up there. I like him. I love him. Carl Urban was another one.
Yeah.
Big fan of Carl Urban.
Viggo Mortensen was a good choice, too.
That one. I forgot. I cannot believe I forgot that one. But Viggo, I think he would be amazing. Because he even mentioned about him being in The Road, which I haven't seen.
The Road is good.
So he's actually already played...
Similar tone.
A role like that.
Right. Hugh Jackman was also one of them, but...
No.
I like Hugh Jackman. I could easily see him as that, but I prefer if it was someone else who isn't already, labeled as a badass.
Yeah. A lot of the actors that were actually named, I did like. It's just, not for this role. I like them as an actor and stuff. Hugh Jackman... Liam was actually mentioned.
Liam Neeson.
Mostly because he's in everything, so of course someone had to put him. Bruce Campbell was mentioned.
Somehow.
Huge fan of Bruce Campbell, but I cannot see him in a role like this.
No.
I think he would probably actually laugh about this, and I love Bruce Campbell. Mm-hmm. But, another one was, what's his face? Bradley Cooper. I like him as an actor, but I don't see him in this role.
It could work. I just not really seeing it right now.
I just don't see it. I mean, I could name actors that I just love, but you know, Jason Statham comes to mind, and no, not for this role. But
yeah, Joel's not bald.
I don't
Or
know.
English.
Or English, yeah. But then again, you go with Gerard Butler, and he's
True.
He's
Or Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, or Hugh Jackman, who's Australian. Yeah, put him in there. It's good. It's good. I mean, this video game, of course, had like the comic book miniseries that came out.
Yeah.
It had downloadable content.
Yeah.
With Ellie and her friend.
And there's a new one coming soon.
Which I have not.
I haven't played it.
Yeah. Okay. And there was even a. I don't know if it's still going, but I did know of a like YouTube type, like miniseries or something.
Really?
Yeah, there was like a live action type miniseries.
That's probably not based on any of the characters in the game. It's just
no, it's
in the universe.
But I watched a little bit of it, and it's.
We talked about this, didn't we?
Yeah, my favorite
Never got a
character
chance to watch
from Sons of Anarchy. I cannot remember his name. Opie.
Opie, yeah.
He's like the main guy in it, and this guy, I mean, he's big and jacked, but like the very first scene has a clicker in it, and the makeup is stupendous. Like the feel of the movie is like, you know, you're watching a different cutscene from a different portion of the video game in a sense, but it's. I was intrigued, of course, you know, being a fan of the game.
That reminds me, the voice actor who played Joel and did all of the movements and the mocap for it is voiced by Troy Baker. And Troy Baker went on record saying, like, I don't care what role I am, if I'm even a clicker, I want to be in this movie.
Which I think would be awesome. He's actually done a lot of voice acting, which...
a lot.
You know, but... just the fact that he actually did all the motions and stuff for him, too. Mm-hmm. So, you know that... I mean, technically, he could be, like, the clicker, you know?
Right.
All he is just, you know, a clicker. Or anybody, basically. I like the fact that, I mean, he's probably willing to do multiple roles. Because, I mean, him being a voice actor, he can disguise his voice. Well, you don't really need to do it with being a clicker, but... Which... fun fact about a clicker, that is all, like, human-made noises.
Yeah?
No animal noises, no nothing like that.
That's pretty cool.
I actually found that out watching Film Riot. Yeah. The guy that did all the audio and stuff.
Yeah? That's really cool.
I thought that was amazing. He wouldn't say anything else, which is a little upsetting, but... I, for one, am actually very excited for the movie. I don't know about you.
Absolutely.
Sam Raimi, which means Bruce Campbell, which... so basically, who cares about everybody else? You know, Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell. Boom!
That's it. That's all you need.
And then Evil Dead. Ash shows up. Bam!
Bruce Campbell plays every character. Bruce Campbell is Ellie and Sarah. He's holding a picture of himself.
But anyway, that is our show. Thank you very much for watching. For basically the full interview with the director of the Grand Piano, and also with Elijah Wood, and also for more information on the Last of Us movie, go ahead and check down below.
We'll be talking about this every time there's a new detail coming up.
Probably. But go ahead and like us on Facebook, find us on Twitter.
And email us at theonlygenre@gmail.com.
And don't forget to subscribe.
And like and share.
Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for consuming our brains. Talks.
Hey, ha ha ha. Blah 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 blah.
Yes. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. I really have to pee, but I'm not gonna go.
Excellent!